So have you got yourself a set of Northern Diver dry glove rings? Well, if you have and you need to change out your glove but you're not sure how to do it, watch this video and I'll be showing you how you go about doing it. Hi, I'm Andy the Northern Diver and welcome to another edition in this series of scuba diving tutorials where I'll be showing you how to clean, maintain and change a glove in Northern Diver's new dry glove system. If this is your first time here then, please hit the subscribe button below. That way you can really easily find all of our content that we've been putting on for the last year or so, and there's loads of videos for you that might help you out, so why not? Next up you see the little bell icon, clicking that will give you a notification every time we post a new video. And then by giving us a thumbs up gives me a massive morale boost, knowing that somebody's actually watched my video and thought, oh, that's handy, thanks for doing it, Andy. So without further ado then, what we're going to do is show you how to, if you need to change the glove on the dry glove system, or you need to maintain them because it's been perhaps a year or so and you need to clean and change your O-rings, then watching this video I'll show you how to do it. So what I've done is brought a bit of kit along, so I've got some silicone grease, I've got a couple of different O-ring picks, I've got the tool that comes with the dry glove system, and I've also got a cloth. What I forgot to bring is it comes with spur rings within this for if you needed to put a thicker glove on, so they're nice and small compared to this one that's quite large, but I'm sure you'll get the gist of it from this video why you would use one over another. So to start with, what I'm going to use is the tool that comes with the kit, which I think is gleaming. You know, nobody ever gives tools away, so to get one's brilliant. So that clamps around the top of the ring system and it locates a bit like a key, so you just lock it off, sit it over, and all you do is you turn so it's loose, the outer ring, so it pulls everything apart, which is flipping handy really. So you've got the external ring, if you let's call it that, because it's further away from the body and that's threaded, so put that there. You've then got your glove and the internal ring, which for this one's red, which is the biggest one it comes with, because this is only a thin glove, it's a marigold, whereas if you're wearing more sort of heavy duty industrial sort of rubber ones, maybe you're going to need the smaller ring. Then there's an O-ring just under here, so I like to use the metal one on this because it's so sort of tight to get off, and as you pull that off, just lay them out in the order you take them apart, and then this is the last part of the ring system. So first of all, I'd like to inspect everything, so I'm going to check that my gloves that I'm fitting actually don't have any problems. So blowing it up, right, yeah, it's not leaking out of anywhere there, there's no obvious cuts. What I can't do is turn this glove inside out to make any difference to the colour because it's black inner and outer, but I've bought these because they're much thicker and they've actually got a textured outer, so these are like my winter style gloves, whereas ones on previous videos, they're the white, just thin, almost like washing up gloves. Then we'll look through the rings and just make sure that there's no sort of dirt or debris, and if there is with these, I'd probably just use a mild washing up liquid solution, just give them a rub down, maybe get a toothbrush in there, just rub the threads clean, leave them out to dry. But both of them, unsurprisingly because they're only a couple of weeks old, are like new. Then the ring that holds the glove in, that's the bit that you want to be checking it all over, and then we've got an O-ring. Now for that, I'll get me lint free cloth, just give that a clean over, and just get a little bit of O-ring grease, much like you were just going to lubricate your lips. Just get a little bit on your forefinger and thumb and just sort of thread it through and just keep moving it around until the whole part of the ring, the O-ring feels the same. Now sometimes you might have a little bit too much on that, so you get the cloth again and just dull it down. You know, you don't want too much on, so if you probably do half the O-ring and then spread it around, do the bit that hasn't been touched, there's probably enough on that to finish lubricating the half that you just wiped. But that's good for me. Now I'm going to put that down, but I'm making sure that my bench is sort of free of dirt, fluff, debris, anything like that, because it just gets in the way. So I'm going to keep that out of the way till I finish building the cuff. So I've decided where the rough part of my glove finishes and then the smooth part starts, that's roughly where, when my suit is on, my cuff comes right up to. So I almost want to double that over. So it's going to be that big. So all this is just excess, so you can cut that off. You know, there's no need for it. It's not doing anything other than perhaps just gathering dirt and stuff underneath. And certainly when I've found it's like that, there's quite a lot of water in there, so when you pick them up you end up drenched because you've not realised. So the important thing to notice on this is that it's sort of pointy on one end and stepped on the other. So the pointy bit needs to to face your hand, and the stepped bit needs to face sort of behind you. So thread your hand part of the glove, or the finger part of the glove through, and thread that over the top. So the easiest way I find with this, because it's a rigid ring as opposed to just an O-ring, you can sort of pull it round and get it quite even. And what you want is all the way around the edge, like with any dry glove system. You don't want any creases, because if you do, it's just not going to nip up tight. So I like to just set it where I think it's going to be and grab it all, pinch it all nice and tight, and hopefully that will maintain that nice and neatness around there. Then I get the outer cuffs. That's the one with the sort of external threads, almost like the male bit, and the little key locations for the tool. Thread the fingers through that first, manage that through, and hopefully as you pull the two together, using your hand to sort of push them in, you'll find there's again no kinks, no tears or any stress around there. So you get the sort of more internal bit. This is the bit that actually marries up to your suit glove, and suit cuff. Sit that over the top and just gently start to thread it on. Now what you might find is a little bit of resistance till everything lines up, okay, but just manipulate everything around and just start to turn it till it goes finger tight. Now what I'm going to look at on the inside now, is there any part of that as I move the glove around that is pinched? Because what you don't want is any pinches that will allow water in. So that's up as tight as I can get it with my fingers. So now you can use this tool. So they make it so you can open it up and fit it round the glove, which is nice and easy, isn't it? And I'll lock that off, and now I'll try and locate it round. Now holding the back bit that locates with your suit, you can see there's some sort of key locations. So I'm going to hold that with my fingers and just give that a turn to the point that it's just a little bit tighter than finger tight. I'm not like putting any undue pressure on it, it's just about there. Pull that off, that's done. Now my nice clean O-ring, that'll fit on back in place. Now it isn't loose, it isn't stretched, it isn't torn, and there's no debris or dust or anything in there. That's nice and tight now. That glove's good to go. So roughly where the cuff finishes on my dry suit is where the cuff will start here, and that's good. Right, fits in place. And so what I'll probably do is get a pair of scissors and just cut this excess off, because nobody needs that. That's it, job done. Hope that's been of some use to you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. Write a comment in the box if you want to ask me any questions. I'll try and take a picture of this now in the layout so you understand. Certainly the inner ring, that's the one that I've had to ask loads of questions of, because I keep forgetting which way around it goes. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya. See you on Insta.